Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rink-Side with Hits and Clips. Well, this is a special requested episode that I will be recording today, and it's regarding the Ontario Hockey League's OHL team, the Niagara IceDogs. And as there's probably a lot of people who are aware of what's been going on with the Niagara IceDogs organization, there's been a lot of recent changes that have happened within the management organization of this club just this past Wednesday. So we're going to get to those details in a minute. But let's just break down exactly how this organization came to be and how they found themselves in Niagara to start their inaugural season in the Niagara region for the Ontario Hockey League. Now, the Niagara Ice Dogs are obviously a CHL team based out of St. Catharines, Ontario, in the Ontario Hockey League, and they were actually originally known as the Mississauga Steelheads, as they were founded in 1996. The team was then relocated to St. Catharines, Ontario, to play their first inaugural season in the Niagara region for the 2007-2008 regular season. Well, the Niagara Ice Dogs, they spent 9 seasons in Mississauga before transitioning to Niagara, where they are currently known as the Niagara Ice Dogs. And then in 2022, the team was acquired by majority owner Darren DeDobbelaer. Well, we know that Ben Boudreau, he is and has been the head coach for the Niagara Ice Dogs for as many years as I'm sure Ice Dog fans can remember. Well, this past Wednesday, the Niagara Ice Dogs organization had to make some major changes to the management group because things just weren't turning out for the best for this Niagara Ice Dogs organization. Well, it was announced that this past Wednesday on May 7th that Darren DeDobbelaer, he has stepped down from the day-to-day operations of hockey business, and head coach Ben Boudreau, he has been fired from the OHL's Niagara Ice Dogs organization. Now, the contracts for the assistant coaches in Dan Paille and Marc Slawson have not been renewed, and I think this is a very wise decision. You just have to erase all of the negative outcomes within this organization and just start fresh. Now, I won't go into too much detail of what actually occurred. If you want to know more information, you can search it up on Sportsnet. It's on a Sportsnet webpage. It's also on the chl.ca website as well. Now, as we know, the Niagara Ice Dogs had their very first OHL playoff appearance since the 2019-2020 season as they took on the Barrie Colts in the first round, and they ended up dropping that series in 5 games, losing that series 4-1. So this now begins a new search for a general manager and a head coach for this Niagara Ice Dogs organization. And with the 2 contracts of the assistant coaches for the Ice Dogs not being renewed, you would have to think that assistant coach positions are going to be in search for this team as well going forward in the future. Now, I think it does work out well that it is the end of the season for the Niagara Ice Dogs, so they can just refresh, they can regroup themselves, they can just start on a whole new chapter of their franchise in this offseason and then get back to work with a fresh new look. I think the entire franchise and the fans would imagine going into the next season for 2025-2026. But in the meantime, the Niagara Ice Dogs are going to be immediately looking for those positions to fill and working closely with the Ontario Hockey League in order to sustain a new general manager until that GM has been appointed to this Ice Dogs franchise. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on this current situation as this was requested on our most recent YouTube video. So thank you very much for that request. If you do have any other requests for teams or leagues or any players that you want us to cover more specifically in detail, we'd be more than happy to do so. So thank you for your support. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more related videos like this. Follow us on Spotify for our podcast version, as well as over on Bluesky for all of your latest up-to-date notifications. Thanks, everyone.